And we are going to switch modes and go into the LifeHack portion of the meeting. And Janet Schieferdecker is going to take care of that. Janet was a board member, I think you all know that, but for several years and until just earlier this year, actually. And I'm kind of thinking the LifeHack will have something to do with horses, but that's just a wild guess. So let Janet step in and take us through her LifeHack. Welcome, Janet.
Hi, everybody. I'm so glad today to see so many familiar and friendly faces, because this has been an experience. I volunteered to do this LifeHack months and months ago. And I had this great idea because we were doing stuff with the horses and with horse-assisted education online. And it seemed like a really good idea at the time. And then when I went to prepare, it was like, how am I going to do this? Because I only have 10 minutes and there's a lot of setup involved. So what I decided on was to talk about work styles. And some of what is going on right now, I think, has to do with the fact that for work styles, there's a spectrum where at one end, you have individual workers, people who, are quite content to work on their own by themselves. And at the other end of the spectrum, there are people who like to work in teams and in fact become sort of dysfunctional if there is no team around, if there's no we. And in between that are proximity workers. And proximity workers can be, sort of somewhere in that band. And the thing is that 60% of people are proximity workers. The vast majority of us are proximity workers. And that is called that because we like to work in proximity with other people. So that's why people like to work at coffee shops or in the library if they have to do things on their own. So what that has meant for me as an individual, and I will get to the horses, don't worry, but what that has meant for me as an individual is that I have had to adapt my working style, and I found a resource online called FocusMate. And so I just wanted to tell you a little bit about that. I'll put it into the chat after I'm done talking, but it's FocusMate.com. And what happens there is you get I'm just going to share my screen here. You get access to a calendar, and on that calendar, you can see here on Wednesday, I did 2 sessions. Those were 2 50-minute sessions, one with Eric M. And today I could work here with these people who are looking for a partner to work. And so you just click on the person, it blocks you a time, you have that person pops up on your screen at the appointed time, and you say to them, I'm working on this for the next 50 minutes. And they tell you what they're working on. And then you both mute yourself. And at the end of the time, you check in about how you did. And I have had the most remarkable experiences. Usually it's pretty banal, like you just work with them. But sometimes there's like a synchronicity that happens, that there's really something to the fact that there is energy in the air and that we are beings of energy. And even though these people are miles away, we share an energy and we get really focused. There have also been synchronicities where, I said I was reading a book and I held up the book and the woman said, oh, I'm certified in that. And we ended up doing a trade. And so I did some coaching for her because she was at a career inflection, and she did, she looked at my website and reviewed it and helped me with my website because the book I was reading was about branding. And so amazing things have happened. It's a service I highly recommend if you are a proximity worker and need a partner to work and get focused. And talking about that energy in the field brings me to the horses. The other thing that has really helped me in, dealing with the restructuring that we're all going to of our lives and our work, let me stop this share, is the horse work. And that is, so Mike's going to come on and he's going to talk about heart math and heart rate variability. And one thing that's quite interesting is that horses, the electromagnetic field of a horse is it's measured. I mean, they actually have ways of measuring this. It's 5 times greater than that of a human. And so there has been a lot of research, scientific studies that show and prove that horses, like just for a human being, just being around horses, because horses have a more congruent field, helps a human. It helps us de-stress. And the work that I do is around that energy. For a horse, their first language really is energy. They are prey animals, and so they are just super sensitive. They have this electromagnetic field going out, 50 or more feet from their bodies, and they're constantly sensing what's in their environment. And if what's in their environment is not congruent, they're going to react to that in some way. So the exercises that we do with them in horse-assisted education are around things like leading. So if you are congruent in your body, in your energy, there's no riding in our activities. There's no sitting on the horse. If you're congruent in your energy and you invite the horse in to be with you, it will follow you anywhere without the lead rope. And so what people are learning and practicing is how to hold their energy in different ways. It's great for boundaries. It's great for teamwork. Horses live in a herd. They, like I said before, most of us are proximity workers. Horses tend to be on the team end. They are models of teamwork, and they work with each other in really interesting ways. And so that has been modeled, and that is something that we can teach, and we can help people to work better together and hold the energy of a good team by having them do exercises with the horse. So one thing that some of you have been out to the ranch already. What you may not know, for those of you who see clients, is that we work with other consultants regularly. People bring their clients out to us, so you can actually get paid because it's your client. You charge them enough, you can get paid to bring them out to the ranch for a day. And we'll do the program, and they'll have a great experience. You'll look like a hero. They'll be talking about it for a year. We have many leadership development and organizational development consultants who actually build us into their program. So let me stop this share, and I'm going to just conclude by sharing with you a video that gives you just a little bit of a taste of what it's like, for your body to be around this. And hang on one second. So just notice in your body what it feels like to be with these majestic beings. Okay, that's it. Back to you, Ulrika.